This week on the podcast, Kazuchika Okada wants to promote his G1 appearance in America. Mikey Nichols and I say goodbye to a fun tour, and Excalibur commentates my match with a Brody Stevens t-shirt on. Enjoy it.
This is the Art of Wrestling with professional wrestler Colt Cabana.
How you guys doing? Come on and sit down, relax. You're about to listen to The Art of Wrestling, a professional wrestling podcast. It's a life podcast. It's a personal journal. It's an entryway into the minds and souls, the hearts and lives of the people involved in the world of professional wrestling. I am your host. My name is Colt Cabana. I am not a New Japan Cup winner, but I still am a competitor. I'm a comedian. I'm a traveler. I'm jet lagged, most importantly, though. I am a professional wrestler, and I am sitting here live in my studio apartment in Chicago, Illinois. Before I go any further, this is a fan-supported and listener-supported podcast supported by people just like you. We give it to you free of charge every single Thursday. ColtCabana.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcasts from. A couple great ways that you can support, rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. Tell a friend, tweet it out, Facebook it out, Instagram story it out. The best way to support, though, ColtMerch.com, DigitalColt.com. T-shirts, buttons, pictures, posters, DVDs, a children's book, action figures, micro brawlers, headbands. Headbands are back in stock. ColtMerch.com. DigitalColt.com. First and foremost, of course, I am jet lagged. This is my fourth flight to or fro Japan in just a month's time, and my sixth one to the Far East in a 2-month span because of that Hong Kong flight. So I get a wonderful 4 days off, if that, 3 days off basically, and back on the road. And I will take full advantage of those days off by sitting on the couch and doing absolutely nothing. No, I'm getting stuff done. I'm doing my due diligence while I'm home, but we're here to reflect on a tour that has gone by. Hopefully not the last tour, hopefully a start to a new fun beginning, a new relationship with my new friends over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think one of the fun parts of this whole tour was looking back at social media, and you look at all the comments and the followers, all with as Juice Robinson would say, the squiggly lines, because I don't know what they're saying, but there seems to be a lot of new followers and a lot of new fans, and that was exciting. I've been wrestling for so long, and you just think, oh, I've probably made all the fans that I'm going to make. I don't know if there's going to be any more. I don't know where you would reach them. I guess, if I wrestled with WWE, they have their universe, for a lack of a better words, but probably in my scenario, it just is what it is, and then you're put into a situation where you're wrestling for this whole new company, and a lot of the new company's fans didn't know who you were, and that's what happened. And the cool thing is I, from years of wrestling, I know how to stand out. I know how to be me. I'm very confident in the ring, whether you like my wrestling style or not. I mean, I do have the confidence in my abilities. I feel that it shows, and for the ones that enjoy my comedic style of professional wrestling, I'd like to think that there isn't many like me, so you see my weird style, and then you're like, oh, I like that. I'm going to be a fan of that. And that is me. And that is what happened. So this is the third installment of the series. I hope you got a good idea of what the tour is like. The last 4 shows, one in Shizuoka, one in Hamamatsu, and then the last 2 in Niigata. And last week, Rocky was plugging G1 coming to Dallas. And this week, Okada wanted to promote the G1 coming to Dallas. So who am I to tell the Rainmaker he can't come on and do a little podcasting? Okay, this okay?
Yes.
Okay, Rocky is our interpreter. Rocky, can you interpret for all this?
You understand? No. Okay.
Do you think Rocky's the stupidest American?
Yeah. Yes, she is.
Why do you understand now?
Sorry.
Who do you think is the silliest gaijin to come over?
Osprey?
Osprey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so silly, yeah?
Yeah.
Just a...
Not like a kid.
Like a kid?
Yeah.
How old, like...
Like a 5.
5?
Like my niece.
Who likes cartoons more, your niece or Will Ospreay?
I don't watch cartoons.
Osprey.
Yeah. What else has Ospreay done that is stupid?
Come on, leave me alone.
Osprey, like a, I don't know. He's always like a dancing, strange dance.
Strange dances. Those are called wrestling moves.
Wrestling moves?
Yeah, high spots. His high spots are strange dances. Why is your English so good?
No. Because I was living Florida.
Yeah.
2 years. Yeah, for TNA. Total non-stop action.
Oh yeah, you big star.
Yeah, big dark match star.
Main event.
Dark match. Yeah.
No, you didn't do English in school?
Yeah. So 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was studying in English, but that's it.
What did you like? What do you like most about America?
Music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, are you like Kenta? You like rap music?
Rap.
You know Kenta? He loves rap music.
Oh, really?
American rap music. Yeah.
Japanese different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kenta is Japanese. Sorry.
What kind of music? Like Will Ospreay, club music?
No. I like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you ever wear a sock on your penis?
No.
That's famous music video.
Yeah, Red Hot. I think album cover. Album cover. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Naked, but sock on dick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe you try.
Yeah.
like Kenny Omega style. Okay, so G1 is coming to Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
You excited?
Yeah. So I told office a long time ago. Like my dream is G1 starts like States. So dream is
Coming true?
yeah.
And so maybe before they didn't have this idea, but you said, hey.
Yeah.
And so, maybe good idea.
Yeah. I thought like we need more time, like 10 years later, 15 years later.
But no, this year.
Soon, yeah.
Do you know Mark Cuban? So Mark Cuban owns Access TV, and I think it's his building, right?
Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, Dallas Mavericks.
NBA.
Yeah.
So he has a show called Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
Yeah. So if you are an inventor, you know, I have idea. Please give me money for invention. Mark Cuban, give everybody money. Yeah.
That he owns maybe 50%.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
So do you have any ideas for invention?
No.
No. Maybe change money from dollar bills to Okada dollars.
Yeah.
And then he give you money.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
Can you set us up with a meeting?
Yeah, I could play with 1 hour teas and through all of it. Okay, then Rocky, or when are tickets and everything?
Tickets are on sale now, Ticketmaster.com. The event is July 6th at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. Something you're not going to want to miss. Opening day of the G1 Climax 29.
You gonna be there?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Arigato gozaimasu.
ありがとうございます。Thank you very much.
Please say something in Japanese.
どうもありがとう。またダラスでお会いしましょう。Bye.
Oh, poor Will Ospreay. I think that's a sign that you're loved, though, Will. I had a fun time with Will on the tour. What a wrestler he is, huh? What a wrestler Okada is. Oh, I made sure every night to go out and watch from the audience. A lot of people will watch from the monitors backstage, but I like being in the middle of the madness. Listening to the crowds, listening to the fans, and being able to hear the smacking of the wrestlers themselves. There's something just more exciting just sitting in the arena as opposed to watching a monitor. Now, I know I was in Japan, but it doesn't take some Far Eastern medicine to increase your performance and to get that extra confidence in bed. You can do all of that with my sponsor, Blue Chew, and that's made right here in America. The good old red, white, and blue chew. Oh my God, I just made that up. And can I trademark that? Blue Chew, if you want to use that in future ad reads, you have to, I don't know what you have to do, but you have to do more of it. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredient as Viagra and Cialis, so you know they work. You can take it anytime, day or night, and since it's chewable, they work up to twice as fast as a pill. It's not just for guys who can't perform, it's for any guy who wants extra function to enhance their performance. All right, this next sentence is in the ad copy. I'm still going to say it, though. Here we go. Most guys talk a good game, but if you're one and done, Blue Chew can even help you follow through for round 2. Wow. It's prescribed online and ships in a discreet package right to your door. That means no doctor visits, no pharmacy waiting, no awkwardness. Go to BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free. Just use my promo code COLT and pay the $5 shipping. That's BLUECHEW.com. The promo code is COLT and try it for free. I just like the idea where I'm like, hey, Okada, come on my podcast. And then right after your talk, I'm going to be pitching male enhancement pills. I think you'd get a kick out of that. You know what I got a kick out of was being on the back end of the tour with my friend Excalibur. And we are in Niigata. This is the arena where the finals and semifinals of the New Japan Cup went down. And if you don't know by now, spoiler, I did lose my third round match to Sonata. But Sonata ended up going to the finals, so I feel pretty good about my performance. I think something cool, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the young lions of the New Japan system training, counting out, doing their squats, doing their stretches, as I invite Excalibur into my office to have a chat.
So your office looks remarkably like B39 at the Nagaoka Basketball City Arena.
Wow. Usually I ask people to tell me where we are in Japan and they don't know. But you're so studied up on Japanese wrestling.
Well, Nagaoka is Basketball City. We saw it all over the train station.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Do you know any of those guys that were there?
No.
There was one guy that Hikuleu was like, oh, I know that guy, but I didn't know him.
Yeah, I didn't.
Lawrence something, maybe?
Martin Lawrence.
Yes, it was Martin Lawrence.
Very famous, very famous.
It's the same within basketball is in comedy. Like, once you're done on your run in American comedy, you come over to Japan to get that second win.
Or China.
Yes.
Iverson and Stephon Marbury did it. Yeah,
I guess this is a basketball court. This place is so beautiful, isn't it?
It was like, it's attached to the train station. All the seats and the bleachers are like wood. They're really nice. Like they're probably bamboo, it looks like. But it's like a very nice building.
Architecture. That's the one thing I've noticed from my tour here so far is the beautiful architecture of the buildings. I don't know if it's beautiful, just different than the rat race of American architecture.
Well, I mean, the place we were in, Shizuoka, was just a warehouse. It was like the one where the buses were parked in the back.
Oh yeah.
And they just put up like a little partition.
Yeah. You've busted me.
I mean, but it's a good combination. This place is beautiful. Like inside the building and out, it's got some like really interesting like roof lines and stuff. And there's like a library attached, a cultural center, the train station, a little shopping mall.
Have you done a little perusing?
Yeah. Took a stroll.
That's where you're better than me. Tell us how this is happening or what you're doing or everything.
I'm here to do commentary for the last 4 nights of the New Japan Cup. I did the quarterfinals in Shizuoka and Hamatsu, here in Nagaoka for the next 2 nights for the semifinals tonight and finals tomorrow, which is Sunday.
And I can blame you, I think.
For?
I mean, I was winning before you came.
It's true. But I wore the Brody Stevens shirt for you.
I know, and then I listened back and you were... I thought maybe you just said, like, push it just to say it.
No, I was like...
You gave a whole speech about Brody.
Yeah, well, I wasn't really going to, but then Kevin set me up, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go into it.
Ooh, this is how we get over the ones that we love.
Yeah, hopefully now Brody Stevens has a
lives in Japanese wrestling infamy.
Well, no, like a post passing resurgence in amongst the New Japan World fans.
Oh.
I can only hope.
Yes, we both can only hope. And this is a good gig. You wrestle a little bit, like in your early years. You start, you stop.
Just build up enough credibility to retire.
This is pretty wild, though, that you're just over here now doing commentary, right?
I never in a million years ever dreamed that I would be in Japan for wrestling, let alone for New Japan. Like, that's just surreal.
It is just the idea of just doing something for a long time and then them needing somebody and they're like, oh, who's done it? And you build up enough cachet with not only the fans but also your fellow wrestlers who will say, oh, Excalibur's a good one, right?
Yeah, and that was actually, you know, it took a while for this to happen. Like I talked to Rocky for, I'm probably 6-7 years ago was like the first time he'd be like, hey, are you interested?
Oh, really?
They're looking for like an American guy, but at first they were like, oh, they don't want to do the mask, they don't want anything. And then, a couple of years ago they were like, oh, we're looking for more guys because their world was just starting. And
wait, do you have a face under there?
No, I don't. It's just a black hole.
Yeah, can I check? Oh, Jesus, he swatted at me.
But yeah, and so
I do like the idea there's a black hole.
it's like standing over the cliff and peering into eternity.
Okay,
that's what it's like to look into my face.
Then no, thank you. Then good thing you're keeping the mask on.
Yeah. It's really for everyone else's benefit.
Okay, and then
yeah. So
continue.
Then when like New Japan World was getting up to speed, they were looking for other stuff because they had the stuff on Access, and so they were looking for American guys, American announcers, but then didn't work out. And they got Kevin, which actually is a huge upgrade, but
he's great, huh?
Yeah, he's amazing. I've in the short time we've worked together, I've learned so much from him, and it's really been. Like, I mean, it's been cool to be here, but it's also been cool to work with somebody as experienced and as good as him. And the even cooler thing is that, like, when I've been doing PWG for all these years, I'm producing myself there.
I was going to say, I mean, you're just doing a thing because no one else was doing it, or maybe you're the easiest one to do it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like, I don't know if you set out to be an announcer or a commentator.
No, that was never my intention. But then, like when we were doing PWG for so long, and like, the early days were rough. We were a lot of jokes, a lot of dick jokes, a lot of shit that I don't really want to revisit. But apparently, there's a podcast with people in Ireland where they do. And
is that right?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of stuff you wish you hadn't said? Huh?
Oh, so much stuff. So
that makes me feel good about myself. I'll be honest.
Hey, you were on a couple of those early shows too.
I know, but I found one PW interview I did from like 2006, and I was like, oh, this is probably good. I'll put it on YouTube, to get some old school hits. And then I said some words that I was not proud of. But we learn and we get better.
We learn and we grow.
We accept.
And I mean, that's the important thing is that, we grow and we mature. And I like to think that, the people that we were 15, we've known each other for like 16, 17 years.
Probably,
yeah. And I mean, the people that we were then were very, very different now.
I like that this has gone from a Japanese wrestling podcast to us doing our own PR campaign.
Hey, man, I got a lot of damage control to do. Right. I don't want these people that hear me on New Japan World start looking into the archives.
Right, and your old tweets.
Yeah. No, I deleted all those already.
Smart, very smart. You and Will Ospreay.
He's just got. He subscribes to a service that does it every 60 days. Just wipes them all out.
I'd pay good money for that if I was him. And okay, and then also just when you get home, you have are you AEW for life?
Nothing's been signed yet. I mean, I'm still freelance.
Oh, but I mean, I saw you in a thing.
Yeah, I did it. That was Matt and Nick asked me if I wanted to come out to Vegas for the day and do that and just kind of MC the press conference. Okay. And so, like I've been talking to them, but nothing's been signed, and so. I'm keeping all my options open.
And PWG?
PWG's good. I mean, that's the only thing that I'm closely tied to, and. I don't know. I mean, it's good. Obviously, we've gone through a lot of talent transition just by the very nature of the wrestling business as it is today. But it's just forced us to dig deeper and look for guys that might not normally get a chance in the indies in the U.S.
Guys like Even Colder. Guys like Hard Times Gene Austin. One Warrior Nation. These are all right.
Hechicero. Yeah, same guys.
Who's Hechicero?
Luchador from CMLL.
Does he do a ripoff gimmick?
No, he's like a Yave guy. Does a lot of grappling and holds.
Oh,
a lot of 3-in-1s.
But I was making jokes.
I know you were, and then it was kind of to throw you off if you're.
Do I say 3-in-1 a lot? I do. I don't know if you were.
That was a term that you coined on the early PWG.
Oh, I'll say it on Ring of Honor commentary too.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I the first time I heard you say it was on PWG commentary. Where you didn't know what to call a move, so you called it a 3-in-1.
Well, as long as there's 3 things going on, it's a 3-in-1.
Or if you can make like enough of a stretch.
Yeah.
For it to,
2-in-1, 2.5-in-1. That's take from Kent Walton, Old World of Sport.
Oh, okay.
Like there'd be like Johnny Saint would have an abdominal stretch and then an arm lever and then maybe a leg lock of some hold. And I thought 3-in-1 was great. I'm glad you remember that forever.
Yeah, I do. I always associate it with you.
Well, it's nice to see you in a different part of the world.
Yeah, it's great that we had to. I mean, we don't see each other very often anymore. And so
but we'll see each other in a couple weeks.
In New York, yeah, WrestleCon. So that'll be cool.
What do you got doing for running? What do you got? I'll say that again in English.
What do you got doing?
What do you got doing for WrestleCon?
That's the most Chicagoan thing you've ever said.
on the bus, they were talking something about translation, and I said, "Speak American," and Lance Hoyt couldn't have thought that was funnier for my stupidity. And it was real. Like I was like,
yeah, it wasn't like you were making a joke. Like,
no.
Speak American.
No, it's like fuck. I was like, is that Japanese or American? And he's like, oh my god.
WrestleCon. I'm doing the Mark Hitchcock Memorial WrestleCon Super Show Thursday night. Friday morning, I am doing the USA versus the World show, and Friday night I am doing Joey Ryan's penis party. So I am booked solid.
So I will see you at the penis party.
Hey, that's not the first time you said that.
All right, a couple notes coming out of that chat. Lamont Hamilton and Devontae Gardner, two Americans who are playing for the local basketball team over there. If you know your thing, then maybe you'll know these guys. Also, this is the second time I've brought up that 1PW promo, so I guess I'll say it was a promo about Tracy Smothers and Chris Hamrick, and I used the R word, mentally handicapped. I'm not very proud of it. I think a lot of you know that I have been in a fight myself to try to have that word stopped on this very podcast. Sometimes during the conversations, I'll even kind of correct some people. But there was a time, I guess I used that word. I'd like to think I should never use that word. Sometimes you're just in the heat of a promo, and this is no excuse, but you just say something because you think it'll get a reaction. And that's how you grow as a wrestler, is you say the words that will get a reaction, and they're not bad things. I'm obviously very embarrassed by it. It was also 14 years ago, but it's nothing I brag about, and it's something I'm embarrassed and ashamed about. But I'm owning up to it because I think this is the second time that I've talked about this on the podcast itself. Okay, I can breathe. Also, I talked about Excalibur not having an actual head, but what he does have is feet, and he definitely has shoes. And now I have shoes, and I have a great pair of shoes. Thanks to my sponsor. They're great. They're called Greats, and they sell premium quality sneakers at a fair price with classically inspired styles for both men and women in full and half sizes. Timeless designs, handcrafted in Italy with luxury materials. The classic silhouette of the Great Royale is updated and upgraded for the modern man and woman. Greats is direct to the consumer. They cut out the middleman or middlewoman, and that's why you get high-quality product at a value price. Greats has been featured in GQ, Vogue, Esquire, with hundreds of 5-star reviews. And if you need any help, they got a great support team available 7 days a week. Check out Greats online at greats.com, or you can even visit them in person in New York, Venice Beach, and select Nordstrom stores all across America. I finally have some nice shoes, and I probably would have never have gotten them. But now that I know about Greats, I'm good to go. And you're good to go with 10% off and free shipping over at greats.com with the promo code COLT. That's GREATS.com. Grab 10% off and free shipping once again with that promo code COLT. Well, after these 4 shows, it was time to say goodbye. And this whole week was fun, hanging out with the wrestlers, taking train trips, taking bus trips, sponsored dinners, learning new words, teaching myself different games on how to remember said words. I'll give you a couple. Sucaretta is tired, and I have to remember, if you're smoking a cigarette, you're tired. Cigaretta. Sucaretta. Wakanai is, I don't know. Wakanda is a movie that has to do with Black Panther that I didn't like. So I don't know why people liked it. Wakanai. There you go. Feel free to have those two. We went right from the finals of the New Japan Cup, the finals of the whole tour, to the Narita Rest House, the home of the final night of David Von Erich, amongst a couple others. And that's where I thought I'd check back in with Mikey Nichols. If you remember 2 podcasts ago, we talked about how this was our first tour with New Japan, both of us. And I said I was going to check back in. And that's exactly what I do.
The end of a tour.
Yep.
We talked in the beginning. And we were excited.
We were excited.
And now it's a month later.
And we're equally as excited, right?
To go home.
Exactly.
I don't know. Tell me your thoughts and everything about everything.
I don't know. I think it went pretty good. I mean,
Highlights, lowlights.
My match with Okada was a highlight. I didn't know I could still do that, but turns out I can.
What was the fear?
I don't know. Like, I don't know how to do it anymore. I don't know. It's just coming out of a couple of years that I had of wrestling a certain way and then trying to do a different way, which I'd done before because we spent years here in Japan before. So it's not like I hadn't done it before.
I remember I came back after I was done with WWE and I had a match with Hero, and I had to like be like, hey, you're gonna have to kind of guide me.
That's exactly what I thought. For the couple of weeks leading up to coming over here, I was like trying to remember how to put a match together and stuff. But it all kind of worked out, so it was good.
And any lowlights? Long bus trips.
One of those beds. Oh, it was like sleep on the floor. Pretty much just the box spring. There was no mattress. Saved a lot of money though, I'm sure, on not buying the mattress.
Yes, yeah. One of the beds was a box spring or like a cement.
Yeah.
And only the gaijin were the ones complaining about it. It seems to be a way of life over here.
Well, I should have been used to it. I slept on the floor in a closet for years and years. And
well, explain that.
In the Noah dojo, it was basically just shelving with a little tiny mattress on it. And we shared what was the size of basically a bathroom with 6, 7, 8 people at once. It was something.
Pay your dues, they say.
I know, right? Something like that.
How long were you in that box for?
Like 5 years or so, not too long. Oh, boy. Made me the man that I am.
There you go. And I was going to say the lowlights. Yesterday, I wound up in the first class bullet train car, but you were with the scrubs.
I was slumming it.
What happened?
I don't know. I looked at my ticket and I looked at yours and I was like, what the fuck?
But I thought maybe we were all in the same. It was just there was more cabins that were first class, but no.
I don't know whether it's luck of the draw or I don't know.
You were with the announcers.
Is that a sign? Should I be worried?
You should be worried. Although I don't think you have anything to worry about because you, at the end of the tour, you saved Juice Robinson.
I did. So hopefully we're going to we have a score to settle now with File and Chase. So
a future looks bright for you here in New Japan.
So looking forward to that.
So what's the plan? You go home and play with your baby?
That's it. Go home, see my little girl.
Have a safe trip.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you this tour.
Hey, thank you this tour.
And I guess we can explain this language to people. And apparently in a Japanese locker room, when you're done with the tour, you go around, you shake everyone's hand, and you say...
Thank you for the series. Thank you for the tour.
You say, thank you this tour.
Thank you this tour.
That's proper Japanese.
Proper Japanese English.
Yes.
And thank you this podcast. This comes to the conclusion of the New Japan Touring Podcast series. I don't know if I have any closing words. I've been coming to Japan since 2006, almost 2005, January 2006. And every time I wrestle here for like the first time for different companies, I get very excited. And I realize that, like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, and I'm good at my job, I'm sorry that sounds braggy, but you shouldn't be able to just go to some country where you don't speak the language and be able to do your job. And somehow I, along with many others, but not that many, are able to do it. And so, is it that bad that I feel proud of myself and happy with myself and know that I'm doing something right? And that's what happened this tour, is I felt that I'm doing something right within my career and within my occupation. And it's given me a little boost of confidence that I will take into my next adventures, wherever that might be. Well, I know Friday it's going to be Charleston, West Virginia, and I'll tell you all about that right now in my plugs and
upcoming events.
All right, the best way that you can support ColtMerch.com, DigitalColt.com, Twitter and Instagram at Colt Cabana, Facebook /Colt Cabana. My storytelling podcast, Pro Wrestling Fringe, plus past archives of this show, old and new. They're ad-free on StitcherPremium.com/Colt. Use the code Colt, get a free month. ColtWrestling@gmail.com is my very public email. Maybe you're a promoter want to put me in your upcoming show or convention, or even be documented on this very podcast. I have a YouTube channel. I also have a website, ColtCabana.com. That's where you can send me something fun to my P.O. Box. Upcoming Friday, March 29th, Charleston, West Virginia. Facebook /Pro Wrestling Conquest. Sunday, March 31st. Sunday, April 14th, Baltimore, Maryland, Columbus, Ohio. I'll be doing commentary, ROHWrestling.com. Friday, April 3rd through the 6th, WrestleMania weekend. So many shows. Wednesday, Rahway, New Jersey, WrestleProOnline.com. Thursday, Queens, New York, DDTPro.com. Thursday at 11 p.m., Jersey City, New Jersey, AIWrestling.com. All day Friday and all day Saturday, I will be signing at the convention. Friday night, I will be doing Joey Ryan's penis party, WrestleCon.com. And Saturday, I will be at Madison Square Garden, ROHWrestling.com. Saturday, April 20th, I will be in Anchorage, Alaska, WrestleProOnline.com. Intro music is by the Ukulele Teacher on YouTube. Outro music by Superfun, Yeah Yeah Rocket Ship. Podcast cover art and design by Jimmy Lee. Photo by James Musselwhite. Thanks to Mikey Nichols Excalibur and Kazuchika Okada for coming on the show this week. Some of our fun sponsors, HighSpots.com, an amazing VOD service. I got a new $5 wrestling show on there. They got PWGs, best friends, AMA knee pads, gear, masks, even a wrestling ring. And 1HourTees.com, they help run ProWrestlingTees.com. That's where you can support your favorite independent wrestler. And for a special Easter egg today, which is at the very end of the show, a fan of mine, Matt Happen, he supported the Kickstarter of a band that he likes called Vista Blue. One of the rewards he got is they were forced to make a song about me. So I'm going to play that at the end of the podcast, and you can go support Vista Blue at wearevistablu.bandcamp.com. All right, this has been The Art of Wrestling. For Colt Cabana, I'm Colt Cabana. Thanks.
I'll go with a lot of